Hello everyone, welcome to the very last episode of the old format of StephenMail. I do have to say the old format because StephenMail wasn't ending, we're just ending how we do StephenMail. Confused? Probably not, that wasn't very confusing. Mal, start us off with the first letter.
Jazz from San Ramon, California.
Salutations, Mr. and Mrs. George. My name is Jazz, the Jazzy Carrot. Is that carrot?
Carrot.
Carrot, but like K.
Diamond carrot.
Yeah, diamond carrot. On YouTube, and this is my first letter. If this is the last letter you read on this version of StephenMail, then this will be the first time my procrastination has paid off. Well, you got in right at the line. I've watched your videos since I discovered them last July/August. By way of that loud guy. Nowadays it seems like that's the usual way. I have watched the vlog regularly since the Olympics and I'm around day 500 in the journey. I originally made my account so I could comment on your videos. The first LP I watched was Sonic Generations and it finally convinced me into buying the game. No regrets. I love the Little Big Planet finale. Have you considered more family videos? I'd love seeing you guys play that one fighting game your mom is amazing at. Killer Instinct. I actually very recently went through and made the memorable moments for Little Big Planet 2, which involved rewatching those videos and seeing my family play Little Big Planet again, and it put such a smile on my face. Like, I so want to do that. Like, I so want to, make more of those videos. Have I? No, but I want to. It's on my list of things to do. My favorite video game series is Super Smash Bros. Fingers crossed for Mewtwo's return, and my all-time favorite game is Melee. I actually pronounce it Melee, and I will for the rest of my life. I'm not the only one, right? Other video game series I love are Fire Emblem, Civilization, and Crash Bandicoot. Had you guys played any of these? I played the first Fire Emblem, and I own like 2 Civilization games, but I've never actually played them. Someone has been begging me to do a first 20 of Civ 5 for months, and I just keep putting it off. I will one day though. On a separate note, one thing that has always impressed me is how articulate you are when you speak, especially in more recent videos. How you talk so good! The only time I seem to sound sophisticated is when I write, and that's because I write with a dictionary alongside me even now. I don't know if Mal knows this or not. Like, this is a question I have for you. Have I become better at speaking since focusing on YouTube? Or have I always been this articulate?
You've become better.
I think that. I especially since doing like mail videos. I mean, videos in general, LP vlogs, but especially mail when I'm forced to read and also get good at reading like handwriting. I don't know. I guess I articulate more just for the fact of trying to make sure everyone can understand me. Anyway, some time ago, Mal talked about senioritis, and as a senior who was once a studious learner, I hate being under its trance of sloth and procrastination. Hopefully, it will be gone when I go to college in the fall. Do you guys have any advice for future freshmen? Mal?
Go to class.
Go to class.
Everyone tells you, go to class. Seriously, go to class.
Go to class.
Because I didn't freshman year very much. Well, I did, but I missed a few important things.
I was always an incredibly good student in college. I always went to class. But to be fair, SCAD had a policy where if you missed 4 days of class, you failed that class, which means you immediately lost your scholarship. So I was in deep doo-doo. But go to class. Good class. Instead of doing homework, I have been in the process of making a fan game, which is a tactical RPG of Super Smash Bros. I hope to make it playable in July, and when I do, I'll start putting videos of it on my channel. I am including a couple of screenshots of drawings I made in AutoCAD in memorable games. I plan on sending other art later. While I'd like to say more, I have to end it here because all I can hear is skirp herp derp and jitters written in, what font is that? I don't know what the name of the font is, but I know the font. Sincerely, Jazz, aka the Jazzy Carrot. First off, thank you, Jazz. And included right behind here is a screenshot of Ness and Friends in the Desert looking at the drugs sign, because there's a drugstore, and the caption says, they could have written store.
They could have.
They could have. But there's well, I guess the drugstore thing makes sense in town, but in the middle of the desert, putting drugs doesn't really flow so well. And then down here are, I guess, these are the AutoCAD drawings, which looks like a mouse in almost like Link's outfit, and then Pelican, who is a little upset over what? We will never know. Jazz, thank you for the letter and also for the art and drawing our attention to drugs. In a roundabout way. Next letter is from
Chris in Avery, Texas.
Chris in Avery, Texas. Chris in Avery, Texas. He's on the last mail video that's in no format. Chris in Avery, Texas. Chris in... I'll stop, I promise. Dear StephenMail. Hi guys, my name is Chris from Avery, Texas, and I am 13. I'm writing this letter to tell you and ask about some things. First, I have included a recipe for the cookbook. It is cherry Coke Jello. Most think it sounds gross, but it's actually really good. And also a USB drive with the first 5 episodes of Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z, that came before DBZ and is my favorite anime ever. Plus, in the pack is a Perler Bead Minecraft grass block. Now on to the questions. First, my friend Jamie wants you to LP Fatal Frame. I don't know anything about Fatal Frame. First 20 could happen, but probably not an entire LP. Sorry, Jamie. I have a few questions I would like to ask you. Will you start playing Skyward Sword? Is this one of the best games on the Wii? Possibly. The feedback for Twilight Princess has been, like, crazy. Like, people love Twilight Princess. There is a chance maybe that we would do Skyward Sword blind. Maybe me and Mal would go at it blind together, maybe with the help of a guide or something. I don't know. That might be fun. The next question is, were you bullied for playing games that weren't shooting or sports games? Because in my school it is considered nerdy. When I was a kid, there weren't shooting games. I mean, there were on PC, but people generally didn't play PC games, at least where I grew up. The only video games we really had were Super Nintendo games. So there was like Mario, and there were some sports games, but most of the people I knew didn't play sports games. But no one cared if people played video games or not. And then on the back it says, well, thanks for your time, God bless, and happy gaming. See you in the next video, from Chris. And it says, P.S. Here is a picture of my cat and the Triforce. My cat's name is Link. It's a cool cat's name. First off, the Minecraft glass. Definitely not glass. If it's glass, it needs to be wiped off. Minecraft grass. Why can't I say grass? Gosh. I had to switch my L and my R. Grass block. We do have the recipe here for the cherry Coke Jello.
Well, that's the.
Well, the permission form, and here's the actual recipe for cherry. Also, side note, I'm a huge fan of vanilla Coke. Also, huge fan of cherry Coke and cherry vanilla Coke. But who would have guessed? And here is a picture of the Triforce.
I thought you said you were going to stop singing.
Sorry. That wasn't singing, that was humming. And Link the cat. And then, of course, the flash drive that has Dragon Ball on it. Dragon Ball is fantastic. Don't tell anyone. But Dragon Ball is better than Dragon Ball Z. I like Dragon Ball Z a lot. I grew up with it, big nostalgia thing, but Dragon Ball, much better show. Much better show, because it doesn't have any of the for like 10 episodes straight. Also, it's interesting that last mail episode we got a flash drive, and this episode we got a flash drive again. Flash drives all over the place. I get it's interesting because, like, I bought a flash drive, like, you know, several years ago, and they were super expensive. Now they're like dirt cheap. It's like $1 a gig, so it's really easy to send them. Anyway, Chris, thank you so much for sending what you did. We're going to move on to the next letter, which is from
Orange, Massachusetts.
Alrighty, dear StephenMail. Hey, bro. I'm just going to hop right into it. A couple years ago, I watched a YouTuber called Super Skarmory passionately, but he stopped uploading for a while, so I scrolled through his other channels and found Chugga Conroy and watched him instead. But when he started slowing down uploading his Pokemon Coliseum bonuses, I scrolled through his other channel box and found you. And now I've watched all of your LPs, but Amnesia, all first 20, all specials, about 15 Demo Fridays, and all the memorable moments. Also, I wanted to quickly point out that you should watch Amnesia. There's a lot of people I know that have avoided it because they think it's going to be frightening. I put a fun spin on it. I think you'll actually enjoy it. Just wanted to throw that out. I watched all the Minecraft things on Steven Vlog too. When you sang the low brick flick style in Skyrim, you made me squirt grape Kool-Aid out of my nose. Mission accomplished. You guys changed my life. I hope you don't stop anytime soon. P.S. About your deleted save files, I have a story. My sister was dating a guy with 4 kids, 2 girls and 2 boys. The boys came to my house once and wanted to play the Wii. I didn't want them to, but my mom made me. They wanted to play a hard game I had been playing for at least 2 months and got it around 25% through, and I didn't want them to play it, so I hid the controller. Unfortunately, they found them and played the game. They played for like 5 minutes, then went to save. I walked through them how to get to the save screen. Afterwards, our conversation went like this. Here? Asked the kid. No, 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 I replied. Click, he hit the button and saved over my game, and that was my story. From MegaNerdtendo. And then it says Minecraft, YouTube, and Twitter. Oh, he's known as MegaNerdtendo on Minecraft, YouTube, and Twitter. That sucks. That totally sucks. I know that feeling, and I mean, you're replying from the vlog that you saw, but I'm pretty sure in that vlog I talk about how, you know, I put all this time into Pokemon Red, and my cousin overrode it, and I was like, it was sickening, especially because I had forgotten about it, and then when we dug through the games and I found it, I was like, but luckily most of those Pokemon survived because I had put them on Pokemon Stadium. Like my Mew, my legit Mew, I have him. Surfing Pikachu, which I think I Game Sharked in, I have him. I got that stuff. Anyway, onward to other stuff here. Here's a picture of Lucas from Mother 3, and also Brawl. And a picture of Ness from Mother 2/Earthbound, or Brawl. And then this is, I'll just show you guys what I see. It says, Mono is Mal, Wonder is Steven, Aggro is Rocco. Sorry, no place for Kepler and Sagan. Drawn 3/16/13, one of my favorite quotes. And then basically it's Mal instead of Mono for Shadow Colossus. She's on the altar. And I say, no, Rocco, we've got to bring her back to life. And Rocco is taking the place of Aggro and says, can I eat her, Steven? And I say, we have to bring her back to life. And he says, then can I eat her? Also, Aggro is the name of the horse. Recently, like, I had the biggest brain fart because there's a horse movie called Argo.
Yeah.
And it was stuck in our heads for a Twilight Princess that we recorded. And I was like, what the crap is the horse's name? Because, like, we were talking about Argo, and we're like, it's not Argo, it's not Argo. I know it's not Argo. It's Aggro. Doggone it, and I should have known it was Aggro, but for some odd reason I didn't. Anyway, we also have a magnet that says, I really must ask you a question, but I'll shave it for later. I thought that voice was appropriate for what this was. We also have a Gravile, which is the second evolution of Trico. And that's one of the starters you get in Ruby and Sapphire, I think, pretty sure. And then we have Battalion Wars 2 for the Wii, which is pretty sweet. Awesome. Actually, I didn't even know that Battalion Wars 2 existed, to be honest. We had Battalion Wars 1 for the GameCube. I didn't know the second one actually existed, so it's pretty cool. MegaNerdtendo. Thank you. Thank you very much for the leather, and also the art and the magnet. I like magnets. We need more magnets on our fridge, so I appreciate it. And also, of course, for Battalion Wars. Gonna move on to the next letter, which is from...
Well, we have these 2 packages from Amazon. Well, one's not. Well, maybe. But they're packages, and they don't have, like, people's names on them, besides us.
But we know who these are from.
Yes.
These are from our pal, Rachel. Oh, you have failed at opening the package. Rachel, also known as Rachel the Moose, here on YouTube. She actually had visited us for a short time a while back, a few months ago, and we had dinner, and then she was at PAX East, so she was in some of the videos. She let me know that she was sending this stuff, and this is actually the last thing for
Says
old
a gift
format.
from Rachel.
Gift from Rachel. And there's all kinds of... Here's... Ween. Ween! Oh, man.
That's what these are, too.
They're all the albums I'm missing. It's awesome. It is so cool. Okay. For those who are not aware, several months back, might have been up to a year at this point, Rachel introduced me to a band called Ween. They are a very strange band. They cover a variety of genres. They play very odd music. I love that. I fell in love with them almost instantly. I started buying their albums, but there's a few albums I didn't have, and it looks like Rachel sent them. We have The Mollusk, is it La Cucaracha, Pure Guava, and the pod. So basically filling in my ween hole. Sounds awful. I needed these to plug my ween hole, and now my ween hole has been plugged. Rachel, thank you for plugging my ween hole. I appreciate it. You have like a look of shame.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
I'm sorry. Anyway, thank you. I really do appreciate this. These are all albums I want. I cannot wait to rip them to the computer and start listening to them because I'm really excited to hear them. Ween is really weird music. They Might Be Giants is my favorite band, don't get me wrong, but Ween is really jumped up there on the scale because they have such interesting tunes. Look up the song "Mr. Would You Please Help My Pony." It's probably the definitive Ween song in my opinion. Some of their stuff can be a little explicit, but usually it's strange explicit. It's not like gangster rap beat your woman explicit. It's just like, what? So I think that's fair. But that was only half of Rachel's gift. That was a gift to me. Rachel also let me know that she was sending Mal something. Mal, what is in the package that was labeled for you? It says
Enjoy.
Enjoy, and it's from SEF Designs, Shannon French, SEFdesigns.com. And this is from Rachel.
This is gorgeous. They're necklaces and there's a bracelet. And they're, is that jade? Maybe? And there's little shells in it. There's a little piece of carved
Very
abalone.
pretty. Look at that.
Oh, it's stretchy. I can put it on. I was like, there's no clasp. It's really pretty.
Rachel actually sent me a message and was explaining like a little bit about it, but it was, I think I read it in one of my sleep deprived states, so I don't want to pass on information that's wrong. I'll just have to show you the message later, but I'm pretty sure she said it was like one of the local people in her town.
Oh, cool.
So it's like a local art piece.
Very cool.
Looks nice
There
too.
we go.
Very nice.
I love it. Thank you.
That looks nice too. I like that. Thank you, Rachel. I really appreciate that. And you had the last mail. And that's the end. That's the end. That's the end. That's the end. It's really weird. Feels weird. I mean, mail's not over. There's a lot of mail in there. But that's being opened in the middle of July. If you didn't know, you can still send mail. If you send mail to us, well, if you send it to us right now, now we're in July. So everything you send that is postmarked between July 1st and July 31st is opened in the middle of August. And everything we got in there is we received in June, so it's going to be opened in the middle of July. There will be one mail video a month. Thank you for everyone that sent in something today. We really do appreciate it. We got a lot of amazing things. And for everyone who sent in mail so far for our lives in this old format, even before that, before there was a format, we used to open mail on the vlogs because we only got the leather like every, maybe one or two a month. And then things got crazy. We had to made it into a separate thing. Now things are crazier, so we have to, condense that further. I thank you. It's been a wild ride. We've got amazing things, and you guys are more generous than I could have ever imagined people on the internet could be. It's like one of those things I think about, and I'm like, we make these videos and you guys watch them, and I love that we can create this content and share our lives with you guys, and you get to watch it and enjoy it. But the idea that you guys would like it so much and want to show your appreciation for making the content by sending us stuff, like, it blows my mind. And I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful, and I've had a blast doing it, and I can't wait to see what the future holds.
Yes.
We've had fun, and we're going to continue to have fun. Thank you for watching. I will not see you tomorrow. Not for mail, because there is no mail, but we will see you in the middle of July, about July 15th or so, for more mail. New format! Get excited.